Experience Africa's heartbeat.
The African Pulse.
A weekly broadcast that takes you across Africa.
Different topics.
Culture.
Tech. Health.
Economy.
And even politics.
The African Pulse.
Only on Ifrikya FM.
Greetings to you all, dear listeners across the continent and beyond. You're tuned in to the African Pulse, the space where African stories, ideas, and conversations meet insights and reflections. I'm your host, Iman Nouad, and today we open another interesting topic to discuss about Africa. The topic of the day that we're diving into is a topic that affects every corner of our continent, and that is the digital Africa opportunities and risks of the online boom. It's no secret that the digital revolution is sweeping across the continent, from mobile banking and e-learning to social media movement and online entrepreneurship. The possibilities are endless there. But with opportunity always comes risk. Cybersecurity threats, misinformation, and unequal access to technology are challenges that can't be ignored. And today we explore both sides of this digital transformation. I am joined today by two brilliant minds passionate about uncovering stories behind Africa's evolving digital landscape. To my right, there is Widad Allaoua from Algeria. Hello, Widad.
Hello, Iman. Nice to be here again.
And it's nice to have you once more. And for the very first time on the African Pulse, I am happy to have Isaiah. Hello, Isaiah.
Hello, Iman. How are you?
I'm doing good. What about you, dear?
I'm all right. I'm very happy to be here today for the very first time, as you said.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
welcome, by the way.
Yes, and I am happy to have you with us here, Isaiah. Isaiah is a journalist joining our radio station from Uganda, and we are happy to have you here. And we will be delving into our first segment of the day that is titled Digital Opportunities, the Bright Side of the Online Boom. So let's just start and kick off things with the exciting side of digital revolution. As you know, technology is reshaping economies, is reshaping education and even the social life, and offering even new possibilities for individuals and communities across the continent. So this is what we are going to discuss and explore in our first segment. And the question we ask here is, how has the growth of digital platforms transformed businesses and education and even social life across Africa? I'm starting with you, Isaiah, as you are more inclined into this field.
Okay, thank you. Though it should be ladies first usually.
No,
but
okay.
anyway, when usually we talk about digital revolution, people tend to think more of, when you mention digital, they're imagining something like the Silicon Valley, or they're imagining big cities, they're imagining, robots or self-driving cars moving around. But actually, in Africa, that's not what is happening. What's happening in Africa is something more profound, something more human. And the digital evolution isn't just imported from elsewhere. It is actually homegrown. So it's not built from everywhere, but it's coming from the very even mobile phones we have in our hands.
Yeah.
And connecting various communities for survival. This digital revolution has brought many opportunities, like you've mentioned, right from economics, education, health. And I can give you an example. I will tell you a story of a lady called Grace. Grace, she's called Grace, from some village in Uganda, in a district called Fort Portal. Grace is a weaver. She weaves baskets. So many decades ago, she was, of course, weaving baskets and laying on the roadside with the hope that the tourists who come maybe to visit the city can pass by and buy them, and she gets money. So that was her everyday work until someday her daughter from a university She came, she took pictures of these baskets. They're very beautiful.
Yeah.
And she uploaded them on the Facebook market, on the Instagram market. And after a few days, they began to get customers.
It
now.
went viral.
Yeah, it went viral. And right now, as I speak, most of her customers are Ugandans in London, Ugandans in Toronto. They want something from home to put in their homes. So they order online. She has a very big market. That's digital revolution.
It is.
That
it
is something transforming lives now in Africa.
This is brilliant.
Yeah, it's not what people may think as something abstract, but it is something as simple as that is actually transforming lives.
And her daughter is smart. Her daughter is smart because she's doing like kind of a cultural marketing for Uganda.
Yeah.
Now it's
promoting Uganda
through social media.
Uganda.
Yes, through social media, and that is something positive. This is something we should see more often. Us,
this is the power of social media and digital tools.
This is how the social media should be used in our continent to promote our culture.
Yes. Well, for many Africans, digital platforms didn't just change systems. They changed daily life, as the story of Grace that you just told us. So a market vendor can sell on WhatsApp. A young designer can find clients from Instagram or from TikTok or other applications. A farmer can receive payments on their phone without ever having to need a bank so digital tools have turned survival into opportunities for millions of Africans. Another example would be in education. For example, during crisis like COVID-19, phones and laptops became classrooms. It's not perfect, but for many young Africans, digital access has meant that they don't have to wait anymore to learn. So this also impacted the education field. And on a social aspect as well, digital platforms have brought people closer. Families from abroad and migrants have made more connection with their families, with their lands, with their cultures. Yes, with their families and friends.
Yeah, social media could be used that way as well to bring together, let's say, bonds with our land, with our culture, with our families. This is one side of it, but we also know that some innovations, or let me rephrase my questions. Which of the innovations do you think have had the most significant impact of the past 5 years? And of course, you have to tell me why. Yeah, you go first with that.
Okay. I think one of the most significant innovations was mobile money. It stands out because it solved a very profound African problem. Nowadays, you don't need a bank or a branch or paperwork to transfer or to go through financial transitions. You just need a phone. That's all you need. So for millions of people, that meant independence. That meant not having to depend on banks or any financial aid. So another big change also is social media becoming a business tool. People aren't just posting for fun anymore. They're working. They're actually building brands, building shops, selling clothes, offering services, and feeding families through digital platforms. So as we all know, content creation also is growing really fast. Podcasts, YouTube, TikTok. So Africans are finally telling their own stories in their own voices.
True. And Isaiah, do you agree with what Widad is saying?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with what she said. She mentioned of education in COVID-19. We used online studying, and it was working. It's actually not something abstract, and people, even right now, someone goes in class, they don't understand what they've studied, and they go to YouTube and it's explaining better.
Yes, there is always
now, when she
there.
mentioned COVID-19, I remembered the telemedicine that was actually happening, where people were getting medical consultations and advices online when they couldn't move during the pandemic. And this was mainly in Rwanda and South Africa, where these platforms were bringing healthcare to remote populations. People cannot move. So patients could consult doctors via mobile apps without having to travel long distances. When you also think of, she talked of content creation, when you look at Nollywood films from Nigeria, they're now gaining international recognition
Yes.
via this digital innovation. When you look at the musicians, artists, Diamond Platnumz from Tanzania,
Yes.
he has built a global fan base via social media. When you look at the sports, most times we are not at the stadiums to actually watch the match, but we use the phones, and it's actually bringing up this. Now, I also want to add a point of agriculture, digital agriculture.
Yes.
So it has transformed the livelihoods of farmers. Mainly in Africa, most parts they are doing agriculture. And with this agriculture, we now have apps like the Twiga Foods in Kenya, Nigeria, which connect these small-scale farmers directly to the buyers. And that provides market, that's one, and also avoids the waste that could have gotten spoiled. Let's say someone has tomatoes. If they didn't have enough market, these tomatoes would rot and they would lose that.
Yes.
So it's becoming very crucial for agriculture, and since agriculture is the backbone of most of African countries' economies. And
Yes, this is important. I mean, the integration of technology into agriculture is really growing fast in Africa. We notice that we have developed a lot of advanced tools to use in agriculture. So it became easier for farmers to produce, to sell, to invest, I would say, yes.
And social media, of course, is playing a crucial role in this. But even though we discussed many things and there is still more to discuss, unfortunately, I have to stop right here for our first segment of the day. We stop with this little music break and then we'll come back. So, dear listeners, don't go too far and enjoy it. Welcome back to the second segment of the day titled Risks and Challenges Navigating Africa's Digital Frontier. Now that we've explored the bright side, it is time to face the challenges because, you know, we always face challenges when it comes to digital transformation in Africa, and the rapid expansion of this digital world always brings risks, especially when it comes to cybercrime, when it comes to misinformation and unequal access. And here we're going to discuss how Africa can navigate these waters carefully. So the question we ask is, what are the biggest risks associated with Africa's online boom, and such as cybersecurity threats, such as misinformation and unequal access? I'll start with you, Isaiah. You're more informed in this.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
And when you talk of cybersecurity threats, if I take you back to the mobile money that she talked about, mobile money is very good. It gives access to someone. They don't even have to travel, go to the bank and do that. But this mobile money acts with SIM cards. But there is a SIM swap fraud that is coming up where someone can actually hack into your SIM card and take all of your savings. So
It is a risk.
It's a very big risk that we actually need to start looking at how to avoid this risk, because over the recent years, many cases have been registered where someone has been saving their money on mobile money, but a certain hacker was able to hack into their account. Sometimes they call them and they be like, okay, I'm from maybe Oredo, I'm trying to help you. There is a problem with your account. Can you give me your PIN number? And unknowingly, someone, the moment they give in their PIN number, all the money is gone.
It's
Yes.
over.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's one of the biggest challenges that we're facing with digital innovation.
And the scam is is a risk indeed in Africa, as sometimes we like the let's say the officers who are in charge of such cases, of cybersecurity cases, can trace them, but sometimes they can't due to security reasons.
And sometimes it's also expensive because you have
Yeah.
to follow up, and you find that sometimes you're
It's
putting in
exhausting.
a lot.
It is. Widad, what is your intake in this?
Yes, I would agree with
Isaiah.
Yeah. Online fraud are rising, obviously, often hitting people who are new maybe to digital tools, or they use their lack of digital knowledge to,
Digital literacy.
yes, to rob them or to,
To lure
conceive
them in first.
Yes. So misinformation is another danger as well. Maybe a false message shared in a family group, or just a post to publish something
Yeah.
can cause violence, can cause rumors, can cause tension. So we've seen rumors spread faster than truth.
Yes,
Yes.
they usually move and create
Yes,
more noise
they're
than the
they're
truth.
super fast. Yes, especially during a political crisis or security crises, or, for example, elections.
Yeah. This
Yeah,
is
so-
where rumors hit skyrocket.
Yes,
This is when they skyrocketed.
of course. Yes. So this is what I would say about.
Yeah, we also have actually
risks.
a problem, unequal access. You find that whereas much information is being passed on online, there are people who cannot access it. The biggest part, yes, in towns, they're accessing the information, but there is that part in the rural areas where they cannot. And it's not only limited to rural areas. You find the language. Sometimes these online platforms work in international languages, say English, French, and Arabic. Anyone who does not understand those,
Cannot.
they
Cannot
cannot
have that,
understand,
cannot have
they cannot
it, yeah.
access this information. Even the applications, the websites, you find that they are limited in language. So there is that kind of an equal access of this information, or of it brings this digital division among the people.
Yes, and you know about cyber security threats, the risky things that can happen. You mentioned Widad rumors, right?
Yes.
And imagine this: your account could be hacked,
Yes.
and then they would spread rumors through you. And you have followers, you have your fans, you have your family who actually take your word, you know. And these people can hack into your account, and they would spread words
By
as
your
if
name.
it's you. Yes, they will take your name and borrow your name to say whatever information they want to spread.
Yeah, and regarding that, you made me remember of an incident that always happened back in the days. Someone hacks into your account. They get maybe to Facebook, they find your relatives, and they start asking for money.
And
So
that's
these
scam.
people think it's them, and maybe they think,
Yes.
I'm in a problem, I need some big sums of money, and maybe the parents or the relatives, the friends are scared, they're sending in money, yet the money is actually going to the scammer.
Yes.
Yes.
Such
It
cases,
happens a lot, yeah.
Such cases do happen, unfortunately. So what we need to do in such cases is the most important thing, and that is education. People need to learn more about cybersecurity. They need to educate themselves about technology. They need to
Yes.
they need to understand the risks. They need to know when they are falling into misinformation, and to know that this is a misinformation. You need to fact check the info. They need to learn how to do a fact checking correctly, because if you know this, and if you do a fact checking by yourself, you're not going to fall victim for misinformation, because you are smart enough to confirm whether this information is correct or not.
Yeah.
And there is always a way to find out, always. But besides people, let's talk about government. How can our governments in Africa, how can the tech companies and even civil society, collaborate to ensure that the digital landscape benefits everyone, not just few selected members?
I think governments need to treat internet access like not as a luxury, but as a basic service, which means cheaper data, which means wider access to people, and better rural coverage as well. As he said before, some rural areas don't even get information that other people get. So I guess laws that protect people's privacy and safety online should be established. Also, tech companies need to listen more to people's needs. They need to let African users. Platforms must invest locally. They must respect cultures, fight harmful content seriously, and support African innovation. Civil society as well and media have a key role in teaching people how to use digital tools wisely. So anyone who has the power to do that, they should. Anyone who has followers, he should exploit that. He should teach them, advise them how to use it.
Of course, digital literacy is very important nowadays.
Yes, how to spot fake news, how to protect personal data. And when these three work together, the digital space becomes more than a technology. It becomes a tool for sharing stories, for fairness, and for opportunity, I would say.
We could say that. What is your perspective on this, Isaiah?
Well, first of all, I agree with all she said. The governments, first of all, they have to collaborate because collaboration is key. So these governments can create inclusive regulations that protect the citizens and promote fair competition. So the governments also need to ensure that the technology companies develop localized apps for everyone to access, the e-learning platforms for everyone to access, and these tools that can reach rural areas and communities where they are a bit disadvantaged. Then, of course, also the civil society can promote digital literacy. Like you said, people need to learn. Because without this knowledge, they can't just bump into using all these things. So sometimes run into errors, sometimes can meet scammers and all that. Now, there is an example that has been interesting, especially in Rwanda, where they have 5G expansion. And they've been trying to do campaign literacy programs where they go educating people about all this. Also, when you look at Ethiopia's startup incubators, they're trying a lot to educate people about all this. And these coordinated efforts help in ensuring that Africa's digital growth benefits all the citizens, not just people in the urban areas.
True, because when the government is involved and trying to educate the society, this is things we need. Collaboration, like you said, not only among governments, but also between the government and society in themselves, because this kind of collaboration could push for, let's say, more knowledge, more awareness, and they would start using these digital platforms wisely more. Instead of falling victims to scams, falling victims to misinformation, and falling victims for cybersecurity risks that are endless now.
As you said, education. It's the most important.
Of course, digital literacy, education is the most important part here. And we can say that Digital Africa is a story of contrast, There is like massive opportunities alongside serious risks involved here. And as you guys highlighted, it's not just about access to technology, but about responsible use, about innovation, as you mentioned, Widad, and about inclusion as well. So the online boom has the power to transform education, to transform business and culture, but only if we navigate the risks thoughtfully. Because if we do this thoughtlessly, the risks are endless, unfortunately. And that was all for today's African Pulse. Thank you to our wonderful guest, Isaiah Natukunda. Thank you, Isaiah, for sharing all your insights today. And to Widad Allaoua, thank you, Widad, for all your insights.
Thank you. See you next time, dear listeners.
Inshallah. And to you, dear listeners, thank you for joining us once again on the African Pulse. And thank you, Muad Baba Ahmed, who would be editing this podcast. And keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep celebrating the potential of digital Africa. So stay tuned until our next episode. This is Iman Nouad signing off.